Princess Diana is said to have had an inappropriate relationship with her bodyguard, with the claims drawing comparisons to fictional characters portrayed in hit BBC One drama Bodyguard. In the tense BBC drama which concluded on Sunday, fictional Prime Minister Julia Montagu and her bodyguard, David Budd, have a secret relationship. It has been compared to the Princess of Wales, who once described how she wished she could give it all up to live with her former bodyguard, believed to be in reference of her personal protection officer Barry Manicky. Mr. Manicky was a police officer for the Royal Protection Squad and was assigned to protect the princess in 1985. But after a year of service he was transferred without appeal to the Diplomatic Protection Squad after his and Diana's relationship was deemed inappropriate. But Mr. Manicky was killed in May 1987 in a motorbike accident. He crashed his motorcycle into 17-year-old Nicola Chop, a new driver who had just passed her test 6 weeks before the fatal accident. A secret tape recorded by Diana's voice coach in 1992 revealed the princess saying she would give it all up to live with her former bodyguard. She also revealed how she was in love with a member of security, though never referenced her former bodyguard by name. She said, "I was only happy when he was around. His death was the biggest blow of my life." The princess said in the unearthed recording she believed Manicky was bumped off, but did not want to take the accusations to the public realm. The tape prompted Met Police Chief Sir John Stevens to reopen the case surrounding his death, but further investigations concluded his death was not suspicious. Last week Princess Diana's pathologist laid claim she was pregnant at the time of her death in Paris in 1997. Dr. Richard Shepherd said royal fans always ask him was she pregnant? After he examined Princess Diana's body for an official inquiry into her tragic death. He said, "People asked, was she beautiful? Was she peaceful? Was she pregnant? I always made sure I never said anything, in all the cases of public interest I was involved with, that hadn't already appeared in the press." Pathologically there was no evidence that Princess Diana was pregnant, but some women say they know they're pregnant from the moment of conception. Was she one of those? Princess Diana and Charles faced a troubled relationship for many years, and an insider revealed the early signs their marriage was over. Arthur Edwards, the Sun's royal photographer, revealed the first time he was taken aback by Diana's lack of love for Charles. Prince Charles and his wife, Princess Diana, visited India in February 1992 for an official royal tour. During a polo match in Jaipur, Diana appeared to snub Charles when he leaned in to kiss her. Mr. Edwards, who was there at the time, described the moment as an early sign the couple's marriage was over. He told Yahoo's Royal Box, "There were signs earlier when we were in India, when he went to kiss her at the polo match and she turned her head." Mr. Edwards, who has photographed the royal family for 44 years, was sent to take pictures of Charles and Diana throughout a series of engagements. He was the only photographer to take a picture of Diana at the Red Fort in India, while other photographers rushed off to the Taj Mahal to set up before the princess arrived. Speaking about his interaction with Diana, Mr. Edwards recalled how Diana had asked him, "Where do you want me, Arthur?" instructing her where to stand for the shot. This was before Diana headed to the Taj Mahal, to pose for one of her most iconic photos. The 1992 photograph showed Diana, dressed in a bright orange blazer, white shirt and purple skirt, seated on her own in front of the landmark. At the time, thousands of people commented on how lonely the princess looked, and questioned if Charles had intentionally snubbed her. However, 2 weeks before the photo was taken, Mr. Edwards said his paper had noted Charles would be traveling to Bangalore for business meetings. He told Yahoo's Royal Box, "Although everybody suspected it was Charles not wanting to be there. But we knew 2 weeks before that he wasn't going, we were told that. And we ran it in the paper. Charles was not going to be at the Taj Mahal because he was going off with some British businessmen to Bangalore where there was going to be a lot of business contracts signed, and he was going to support them. So, he was never going there." A few months later, the royal couple headed to Korea for their official royal tour. Mr. Edwards described how Charles and Diana couldn't bear to be in each other's company, describing how their marriage was truly over by November 1992. He told Yahoo's The Royal Box, "It was only when we went to Korea, the last tour, when you knew it was all over then, because they couldn't bear to be in each other's company. It was so miserable." And a month later the Prime Minister announced in the House of Commons, and I suppose no one was then surprised, "We watched them in Korea." A month after their 1992 Korea tour, Diana and Charles announced their split. In 1996, they officially filed for divorce after the Queen advised them to end their relationship. Princess Diana died a year later in 1997 in a car crash in Paris. In a heartbreaking interview with Martin Bashir, the Princess of Wales said that she'd like to be the Queen of people's hearts but doesn't think many people wanted her to be Queen. Princess Diana captured the nation's hearts with her honesty, grace and the fact she genuinely seemed to care about others. In the infamous interview with Martin Bashir on the BBC's Panorama in 1995, the People's Princess explained to the world why she thought would never be Queen, and it was all to do with what the royal family's perception of her. When Bashir asked her, "Do you think you will ever be Queen?" she quickly replied, "No, I don't, no." She added, "I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts, but I don't see myself being queen of this country. I don't think many people will want me to be queen." She continued to say that by people she really means the establishment she married into and feels they decided that she was a non-starter. When asked why this was the case, Diana went on to say that she believes her problems with the royal family were because I do things differently and doesn't go by a rule book, as she leads with her heart and not her head. She added that she thought she didn't have supporters in the royal household for a bizarre reason: "They see me as a threat of some kind." Diana said to Bashir that she feels every strong woman in history faces this reaction, because their strength inspires confusion and fear. The enlightening in-depth interview covered a lot of ground on some very important topics. This is what the princess had to say on some of them. What Diana said about her marriage. At the time of the interview, Diana and Charles had been separated for nearly 3 years. The pair married in 1981 when she was just 19 years old. She told Bashir that she may have felt daunted by the pressures of marrying into the family at the time. She still felt she had the support of her husband-to-be. She said that she desperately wanted it to work and desperately loved my husband, but when Charles asked for a separation she accepted. This was the interview where she famously said of Camilla Parker Bowles, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." What Diana said about mental health. In the BBC interview, Diana was very candid about her difficulties with her mental health, saying that she struggled with postnatal depression and bulimia, which she described as a secret disease. She also admitted to having hurt herself and feeling the pressures of the limelight. For instance, you have so much pain inside yourself that you try and hurt yourself on the outside because you want help. "I was actually crying out because I wanted to get better in order to go forward and continue my duty and my role as wife, mother, Princess of Wales." Princess Diana has spoken from beyond the grave and warned Prince Harry and Meghan Markle about turbulence and instability in their marriage, 2 psychic twins have claimed. Terry and Linda Jameson, who claim to have predicted the 9/11 terror attacks and spoken to several celebrities from beyond the grave, allegedly got in contact with the princess more than 20 years after her tragic death. They claim Princess Diana wants her son to know she is over the moon about his marriage to Meghan, but warned their relationship is not going to be all rosy and the Duchess of Sussex's family will be partly to blame. The twins told the Sun that Diana said, "Harry, I am delighted that you have found a lovely young woman who shares your passion to make a difference in the world. All eyes will be on you in the coming months and years, scrutinizing your every move and misstep. The struggle to maintain a closeness in the face of unfathomable opposition will at times feel overwhelming. Have compassion for yourselves and listen to each other with open hearts. Trust each other, and know that your marriage has been divinely appointed." The pair claim Princess Diana then warned the Duke and Duchess of Sussex about turbulent times ahead. She is reported to have said, "People will try to demean you and diminish your bright light. You must not let others steal your souls." The princess, who died in a tragic car crash in Paris in 1997, also allegedly advised the pair to be cautious of Meghan's estranged family, as they will be in the news more than the royal family wants to believe. She is quoted as saying, "There will also be threats from outside the family, trying to create division and instability. Your lives will literally become a tempest in a teapot." However, according to the psychic twins, Diana believes the royal couple will be able to overcome all their hardships, as long as they stay unified. Diana allegedly advised Meghan and Harry, "As long as you stay unified, you will rise above every difficulty that presents itself. I see at least 2 children who desire to be born into the world, and you will be loving and devoted parents to them."